Hi, good to see all of you. अभिषेक गग परिवार कहाँ थे बीच में 2-4 दिन यू वर एब्सेंट. अभिषेक, अमित, अभिषेक अटारी, किशोर हेगड़े, पीयूष गांधी, गिरीश, गुरुबक्स, ईशपुरी, कमलेश मेहता, कार्तिकेन, ख्याति, देन ममता, मनदीप, मंगेश, मेहुल, निखिल, नीरज, निशा, नितिन, राहुल, टेलर, राजकुमार, रश्मि, सचिन, क्षतित, संतोष, शैलेंद्र, सुचित, स्वागतिका, उमेश, याशा. ऑल राइट, चलो लेट्स स्टार्ट. So today's session is little different from yesterday. How many times has a client looked at an old investment portfolio के अंदर and said इसका रिटर्न कितना है? And how many times did the review immediately become only about performance? एक पुराना इन्वेस्टमेंट को पोर्टफोलियो के अंदर दिखा के क्लाइंट ने पूछा इसका रिटर्न कितना है और तुरंत सब अटेंशन उसके परफॉर्मेंस को डिस्कस करने में, ये रिव्यू करने में लग जाता है. हाँ, does this happen, right? Yes, or many times, several times. Okay. Now, you know what? This is where many advisors lose control of the conversation. Because 3 साल बाद families forget why the investment was started. The individual definitely forgets, even if the families were involved, most of them have forgotten. They forget the goal, they forget the time horizon, they forget the fear that was existing at that point in time. They even forget why this particular bucket was chosen or fund was chosen. They forget why risk was accepted. They even forget why the insurance was bought. They forget why some money was kept liquid. Nutshell, they forget the original reason. But they remember one thing very clearly. रिटर्न कितना मिला. कितने लोग सहमत हैं जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ आज? कितने लोग सहमत हैं मेरे साथ? And once reason is forgotten, every decision can look wrong. All your debt funds and liquid funds will look useless when equity is doing well. All the insurance premium paid will look wasteful when nothing has happened. Debt investments तो हमेशा boring लगेगा when small cap, mid caps are running. And SIP will definitely look like a slow pace. But the problem is not the product. The problem is financial memory loss. A family that forgets the purpose of money will start judging every investment by the wrong benchmark. And that is why a serious advisor is not only managing investments, the person is preserving the family's financial story. Because when the family forgets the reason, the advisor must remember it. Sorry. Just 1 second. Yeah. Today we will learn how to become that person. ठीक है? छोटा सा एक एक्सरसाइज से शुरू करेंगे आज. सिंपल सा एक्सरसाइज. ओके. अभी अगले 20 सेकेंड में आप लोग चैट बॉक्स में लिखो, जनरली ये जो रिव्यूज करने जाते हैं, इन्वेस्टमेंट रिव्यूज, what is that one client line that you generally hear during reviews? Write it in the chat box. Write it in the chat box, that one line that you hear from the client generally during reviews. Please write it in the chat box. Keep writing. Karthikeyan writes why returns are so poor, lower than FD return. Okay. Why returns are not good? Gurbucks. Okay. Why X fund is not performing? ये कब ऊपर जाएगा? Portfolio has fallen. Should I stop SIP? Sell off low return funds. Why my returns are less this time? Okay. Portfolio has fallen. Should I stop? Anuj just says पैसा ही नहीं बन रहा है, इससे ज़्यादा तो मार्केट में हुंडी में बन जाता, प्रॉपर्टी में पैसा बन जाता. Why is this investment not performing? I checked the portfolio. One scheme is consistently not performing. Mandip Singh, Bharat Kumbar, Mangesh, Mamta, Birand, Kamlesh. Okay. Beautiful. Notice this. Almost every line that you have written is judgment by return, not reason. Everyone is trying to judge the performance by return, not by reason. अगर किसी एक का मैं उठा लेता हूँ, बीरेंद्र जैन या कमलेश और ममता, fund is a good fund but is not performing. Should we change? Okay. What was the original reason behind this investment? What do you think? What was the original reason behind this investment? Could it be liquidity? Could it be short-term access to some money? Should it be emergency funds? Okay. I want you to all reflect on one point. I want you to all reflect on one point. I want you to write in the chat box one real client case. What investment is client judging today? What was the original reason? And my third question is, do you think the client has forgotten that reason? Do you think the client has forgotten the reason? Write it in the chat box. Do you agree? How many times you see that the client has forgotten the reason? People forget. My question to you is, what line will you use to bring back the purpose of the investment? From today, never start a review with return. Start with reason. Before reviewing performance, always restore the memory. Before reviewing performance, always restore the memory. Are you getting it? Okay. Chalo, let me pull up the presentation deck and share with you what the team has prepared. Give me a second. Every family needs someone who remembers. Okay? देखो, it is just not an investment problem, it is a memory problem. उस समय था why this fund, why this insurance, why this risk, why do we need to start, why this SIP, and अभी जब रिव्यू के समय एक ही सवाल, रिटर्न कितना मिला, everything becomes one question. Okay, because when memory fades, the purpose disappears, and only thing that remains is performance. What families forget, they forget what each money was supposed to do. What was the role of the money? Was it for education, protection, retirement, emergency, legacy? Okay. Because when the purpose is forgotten, every decision starts looking wrong. And the advisor's role is not just managing investments, it is also about preserving the family's financial story. Great advisors, good advisors, they always remember the reason behind decisions when the family only remembers the return. Okay. When purpose is remembered, the decision holds. Okay. Whether it's for SIP, insurance, liquid fund, all this purpose protects the decisions from any kind of emotional misjudgment. हमारा financial amnesia, भूलने का जो बीमारी है, okay? Goal amnesia, forgot what the money was for. Risk amnesia, forgot how much risk was accepted, forgot what was being protected, forgot why coverage was taken, forgot the reason at that time. We keep suffering from one of the 5 memory losses. Okay. So before reviewing the return, always review the reason. Mark the purpose. What is this money meant to do? Why was this decision made? Organize the role of each of these investments: education, protection, emergency, legacy. Review the purpose before return. And finally, remember to pass this memory to the next generation. It is a map of family responsibilities, not just of returns. Products can be bought anywhere. Returns can be checked on any app or website. But family's financial story needs someone like you. All the best, everyone. Have a great day ahead. And I'll see you tomorrow exactly at 10:10. All the best. Bye-bye.